Hello, warriors. Welcome to the You Movement. I am B. And we're about to hop into the 4th episode of my journey. And as we do, I'm just noticing right away, I still haven't figured out how to use a camera yet. And 400 and whatever videos later, I'm still figuring out the technology. I'm trying to soften my lighting, so I hope I look a little less stark. I have pillowcases over top of my lights. This is a learning curve. This is just so much fun. But the point that I'm trying to make is sometimes you just have to do it. Whether you know how to do it or not, whether you know what you're doing or not. When you get the impulse to do something, when soul speaks to you and says it's time to step into your purpose, your mission, your anything, you're being you, you need to just do it. It's not about doing it perfectly. It's not about showing up, having everything all figured out. Nope, just do it. So that is my message today before we start watching the introduction to the ABLE program, which is a program that I created to help walk myself out of the depths of depression and dis-ease and discomfort and distortions and denial. All of those fun things. I'm going to just watch and let's see what happens.
Good morning, January 6th, 2022.
Pause. You'll notice there was a giant gap between my last video that was October the 12th and now we're into January. And that's because I'm already in the deep depths of purge that has started on my own awakening path at this stage. I'm sure I'm not going to talk about that. And at this stage, I know that I was moving myself into a mission because I had deep dived into trying to figure out what this twin flame journey was all about. And all the experts kept saying, this is your mission to love yourself, get in touch with self-love. And I was like, what the is self-love? How do you self-love when you've never loved yourself before? That was what was going through my mind. Let's see what the old me has to say about the ABLE program.
So now I thought would be the perfect time to share with you what got me through 1,003 days of being in lockdown. It feels like since the beginning of COVID, I've been trapped in this house. It feels, and that ended up being a massive blessing in disguise for me because I dedicated myself 100% of the time to my getting myself out of the pit of depression that I've been in for years and years and years. So I did some searching in my medicine bag of information I've collected over the years and different things I've read and different things I've studied. And I came up with a program that worked for me, that was simple. And I'm hoping to share it with you because it might work for you. So there came a point when I realized about 2 years ago that nobody was going to come and save me. There was nobody coming. There was not going to be a knock on the door saying, here's your $1 million and let me wish away all your problems and life is going to be forever good. No, it was going to be down to me. I was stuck, just so stuck in a place of the darkest depression or the dark night of the soul, depending on how you look at it. What I remembered in all of my seeking through the years of tools to decrease suffering, human suffering in any form, was you are responsible for what happens now, not what happened to you before. Obviously, you can't take responsibility for what happened to you in your childhood or if traumas have befalled you. However, how you react and how you respond to them is your responsibility. So it got me to think, take that word, I love words, and rip it apart, and you've got respond ably. So you're able to take what's come at you, which was a horrible situation, and you therefore then can respond to the stimuli ably. So if I take the word able and I just like split it open, the first thing, letter A, achieve. Okay? When you're depressed, it's incredibly difficult to achieve anything. Some days you are just so exhausted or so just down that you've like completely given up. And I get that. So when it comes to achieving things, start small, but achieve one thing every single day. Maybe it's, I don't know, washing your hair. Maybe it's cleaning your room. Maybe it's doing the dishes. Achieve. All you need to do in that present moment in time is achieve one small task. That's it. Achieve one. Every single day, if you're achieving one small thing, you're going to see huge results over time, right? We tend not to like notice those results, but it becomes more and more obvious as you look around and your surroundings are cleaner and as within, so without. So if your outside is clean and inviting, then you inside will feel cleaner and better. You know what I mean? So that's number one, achieve. Number two, bliss. We don't give ourselves enough time to do the things we enjoy. And you know that feeling when you're doing it. For me, it's artistic or having a hot tub, anything to do with water, painting. Maybe for you, it's not artistic. Maybe it's sporty. Maybe it's something, anything that you tap into like a sense of joy. Do that every single day. Every single day, do something that brings you joy. And joy might be a big reach, so brings you a little bit of happiness, you know, and a healthy happiness. I'm not talking about like, oh, this donut brings me happiness, because that doesn't go along with L. L is for love. And L is for loving ourselves, because we need to treat ourselves like we would our best friend or our favorite person in the entire world. You would never invite your favorite person and feed them like crap. You would feed them a really nice dinner. You would love them. You would tell them they're there. It's okay. You would forgive them. You would compassionate towards them. You empathetic towards them. So it's a practice on learning to be empathetic and gentle to yourself and compassionate to yourself, because if you have depression and anxiety, the old record spins and spins and spins. For me, it was like, you're a failure. You can't do anything. You're a fuck up. And it just spins and spins and spins. But if I'm treating myself with a little bit more love every single day, that accumulates as well. And the last one that has to be a part of it, you can't ignore this one, is exercise. The physical realm has to be in alignment with the rest of you. You can't spend your days sitting under a Bodhi tree expecting illumination like the Buddha did. That's not how it works anymore. We are so clogged up with gunk, whether that be from bad eating habits or bad thought patterns or bad programs that run through us. We've been running these cycles for so long, we don't even realize how much our mind is controlled by things like sugar. Oh my God, like crazy. Exercise every single day. And when I say exercise, you don't need to go balls to the wall. Start small. You know, one block of inline walking where you're focused on postural correctness so that the energy can flow and like help clear out the crap. So every single day, practice your walking like you would in like mountain pose, shoulders back, your shoulder blades down, tucked in, your tummy tucked up, and like walking, toes correct, like pointing forward, not pointing out, knees over top of ankles, pointing forward, not out, and go slow. Even if you just start every single day going around the block with like absolute correct posture, Okay? Correct posture. In the movement becomes a meditation, and the movement will help clear out the stuff. It helps. Listen, I lost over 80 pounds by walking and yoga. I did not do any crazy gym routines or anything else. Walking and yoga have been my go-to exercises. And yoga, yin yoga specifically, please check out Yoga with Cassandra on YouTube. It's absolutely free. There's like hundreds of videos there. I like the yin one because it counterbalances the energy of the walking. Walking is active, energetic, where yin is feminine and relaxed. And so it counterbalances that exercise. Those are the two forms of exercise I do. And doing good. Of course, I'm also feeding myself with love. I'm not feeding myself with crap. I'm feeding myself with love. So that's my ABLE program. A, achieve. B, feel some bliss. L, love yourself. Compassionate to the self. And finally, E, exercise every single day. Okay, you can have a break now and again. But the goal is not with the exercise to go as fast as you can. And the goal is not to go as long as you can. The goal is to get in better postural alignment. And through the movement, it will help your vertebrae get all correct and everything else. You don't need to be going and spending lots of amounts of money on a chiropractor when you can literally walk yourself into better alignment with intentioned focus. So it becomes a walking meditation. So I would like to challenge anybody who is having a rough time right now to, get out there, achieve something for today. Doesn't matter how big or small it is. You're the only one and that's going to be celebrating this. A little bit of bliss. Do something that brings you joy. Try to be a little creative, maybe garden. There's so many, many things you can do that create a sense of bliss. Love yourself and exercise. So let me know how you get on. And if you have questions or you run into problems and you need some help, let me know. I've been doing this now and it works. So maybe it'll work for you too. It's possible to do things you never thought possible.
Nice. The ABLE program was massively transformative in my life. And the key in it is it's simple. There's no point in creating programs for yourself that are convoluted, difficult, and you're going to struggle to keep up with. ABLE is short and sweet and to the point. Make sure you do one of those 4 every single day. Achieve one thing. Do something to either release. I wasn't yet at the awareness that you needed to release some of the old emotions so that you could ascend up that ladder. But I've already done so many videos on that. So climb that emotional ladder so you raise your frequencies. We're climbing to bliss. It's the stairway to heaven, folks. Keep on climbing and learn some self-love. This is when I was really starting to get into a self-love, new levels of awareness. So anything that's not loving, we got to stop doing, and anything that is loving, we got to start doing. That includes how we choose, what foods we choose. Are you choosing to feed yourself like you're a Ferrari, or are you choosing to feed yourself like you're a rundown jalopy, right? You got premium gas and premium oils for Ferrari, but you'd throw in just about anything, maybe some, leftover chip oil to run a jalopy. So treat yourself, your body, your mind, your soul, everything in a loving, kind, compassionate way. Focus that loving, kind energy within. I love that message. It worked wonders for me and got me really, really far on my awakening path and on my healing journey. If you need some help with quitting addictions, eating healthier, or shutting down the critical mind, feel free to reach out and let's book a one-on-one Zoom. And the way to do that will be in the description below. All my services are donation based. Thank you for all of the likes, the shares, the subscriptions. Any questions or comments that you have, please feel free to drop them. I'm really appreciating everybody's support out there as the channel continues to grow and the messages get out there so that we can help others ascend out of suffering and into something a little bit better. It's going to be a process, one step at a time, one day at a time, and one breath at a time some days. So with that said, peace out.